I'm gonna call this close enough for government work. We're gonna start the meeting of our April 3rd meeting of the Andalusia City Council to order. Ask you to join us as Council Lady Griffin leads us in the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, thank you for this Easter season where we have celebrated your death and resurrection. Dear God, I pray for the leaders of our nation. Please give them wisdom and discernment as we go through these difficult times in history. Father, thank you for helping us to see that we are abundantly blessed in this free country. We love you, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome everyone to our first meeting in April, and remind everyone that we meet on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, with the work session starting at 5 o'clock upstairs and the regular session starting here in the council chambers at 6 o'clock or thereabouts. Members of the council, you have before you the minutes of our regular meeting held on March the 20th for consideration.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve the minutes of our March 20th, 2018 meeting.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Sconiers to approve those minutes. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Wells. Any further discussion, questions, or comments concerning this? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes as presented, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that is unanimous. Thank you for that. We have no unfinished business. Under new business, we have a first reading of the ordinance number 2018-04, which is our back to school sales tax holiday, which would be for the weekend of July the 20th through the 22nd of this year. This is the regular back to school sales tax holiday that we have in the state every year. The state waives the sales tax, the county waives the sales tax, and the city waives the sales tax on certain items up to certain amounts having to do with going back to school, and that includes clothing in some cases, and school supplies, all manner of things. I don't know the list of them, but certainly the merchants know that, and it's a good break for our citizens, opportunity to save some money, at least it's with respect to the amount of the sales tax involved. So this will be our first reading of that ordinance tonight. Under state law, we have to have two readings. The next reading will be at our next meeting, which will be the third Tuesday of this month. And at that time, I expect that we will take this ordinance up for consideration for approval.
Mr. Mayor,
adoption. Yes, sir.
I just noted the dates in that say 2017.
I'm sorry?
The dates in the ordinance.
On the ordinance? All right, we need to get the dates correct on that. You're right. In the ordinance itself. Ordinance number 2018-04, we'll get those dates corrected before we get the final version of that to you. Okay, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, our next item is a request that we had from a volunteer organization. It's going to be called the Covenant County Emergency Management Agency, is working to organize some volunteers to help people who may evacuate through Covenant County and Andalusia from storms and other natural disasters. From time to time, we have people that come through here like that and need a place to stay, somewhere to get something to eat and be safe from the storm or the circumstances involving their evacuation. They have requested that the city provide a trailer in which to store 100 cots. And rather than do that, we are going to suggest that we use another vehicle, an older vehicle that we have as a panel type truck that the police department has. The chief offered at the workshop that we could use that truck, and it's large enough to store, in addition to 100 cots, we could store MREs, water, and other necessaries in there, and it could still be moved from place to place because it's motorized. And so we're going to take a look at that and see if they will be happy with using that piece of equipment rather than a trailer. So we didn't take any action on this tonight. We don't have any other business, action business to take care of, except for one, to consider a request from the library for $5,012 from the capital account to purchase some furnishings for the library. That includes furnishings to be used by patrons of the library, as well as a couple of desks, workstation desks and chairs that will replace some equipment that's been in there for a long, long time and is in bad need of replacement. So I recommend to you that you approve authorizing the payment of $5,012, and we got this bid from Walker here in Andalusia, and Walker. It used to be Business Machine. It's not called that anymore. I still call it Walker. It's just Walker's, and they gave us a bid on that equipment and furnishings, and I recommend to you that you approve that.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we accept the bid from Walker's for $5,012 for the library furnishings, and that the funds be taken from the capital account.
All right, heard the motion from Mr. Powell. Do we have a second?
I second that.
Have a second from Ms. Griffin. Any further discussion, questions, or comments concerning this? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that is approved, so we'll get that we'll get that taken care of. We made quite a number of improvements to our library in recent years, and including refurbishing the restrooms here just very recently. And that was a job that had been needed, and it's now been taken care of, and we did that out of our regular maintenance fund and budget, so we didn't have to appropriate any funding for that. I'd like to announce the Andalusia Police Department will be conducting a Relay for Life event this Saturday morning, starting at 7:30 out on Opp Avenue in front of the police department, and they'll be washing vehicles for donations for Relay for Life, and that's an event that every city department participates in every year as far as trying to raise funding for Relay for Life. This year the police department is doing a car wash, and that'll be from 7:30 a.m. to 12 noon. So just come on down to in front of the police department on Opp Avenue, and they'll take care of your vehicle for you. Also, they're going to be doing a child ID program. So you can bring your minor children with you, and they can help create some IDs for your children, and you can leave them with the police department or take them home with you, or both, I suppose, if you want to do that. That's all I have, members of the council, unless you have something to come before the council tonight. All right, hear nothing. We will stand adjourned.